Route 66, CruisinCountry.com, the four states #1 for rock and country. Bigg Mike here, and with me on the phone line is Rob Carona, up-and-coming country music artist. Welcome to the show, Rob.
Hey, thanks, Bigg Mike. Thanks for having me.
You're an up-and-coming Nashville star and got a brand new album out. You want to tell everybody about yourself a little bit?
Yeah, well, I'm actually from California, so I'm a San Diego boy, and for some reason I got the twang in me, and kind of guess that comes from my southern roots. My family's from Louisiana. But, yeah, so just, and I got the heart for country music and started writing songs when I was about 17, 18 years old and gigging and stuff. But, yeah, coming out with a new EP called Drive.
Oh, okay, great. So you're a Nashville transplant, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm hoping to get there. I've spent a little bit of time in Nashville, but I've been doing the thing in California, so I think it might be about that time to head over that way.
Well, I understand that when you write your music, all your songs are about real stuff, things that actually happen, and I think that's something that a lot of people enjoy with country music.
Yeah, you know, the ability to tell a story in a way that is specific enough where, you know, you really feel attached to it. You can tell the writer has gone through something, and the artist is really performing it with the emotion that's, you know, you just know that they have it in them. But at the same time, writing it in a way that everybody relates to that story as well, where you can interject your own thing into it as a listener. I love doing that, you know. So it's the real stuff that everybody goes through, but at the same time, for me as an artist, it's stuff that I've, you know, am personally attached to as well.
That's one thing I got to say about country music. I really like it because it does tell a story, and it does inspire people. And a lot of your songs, from what I understand, really inspire people, and you want people to basically pursue those dreams, to pursue dreams and just live life to its fullest. Yeah,
and that's what Drive is all about. I took a job that required me to drive a bit, and, you know, you get inspiration all kinds of ways for writing songs, and it came from that, you know, just that thought of, hey, I'm in the car all the time driving, and how does that apply to life? As an independent artist, it's just a constant battle and struggle of trying to, you know, get your music out there and be successful, but it's this passion that burns inside of you. And I wrote this song for me, but then realized, like, hey, everybody has something in their life that they're going after. I don't care what it is, and it just takes constant hard work and faith and passion, and I just wanted to inspire people to say that they're worth it, you know, that their story matters of what they're trying to do with their life, and they shouldn't settle for less. And so, yeah, a lot of my stuff, a lot of the songs that I write have that empowerment, encouragement thing to them, because I just love to see people's faces and lives light up when they get a hold of their purpose and their passion.
I understand you've been in the music business as an experienced performer and writer of songs for about 15 years now. Do you have some inspirations, people that inspired you to become a performer?
Yeah, you know, I'm all over the board with that kind of music. The reason when I started playing piano, I had actually been really influenced by Yanni, which was a really, you know, a cheesy pull for a 13-year-old and trying to, you know, impress the junior high girls listening to Yanni. But it taught me how to compose music well, and then I started listening to just country music and 80s rock like Bon Jovi and, you know, Travis Tritt, Garth Brooks, that type of stuff. Nowadays, I've really crossed over. Keith Urban is one of my influence. I love, you know, everything that he brings to the table. And I, you know, go back to Black Crowes and Leonard Skinner, some of the Southern rock stuff. I'm just kind of employing all of these different sounds into my music in a way that makes sense. But I would say, you know, Keith Urban, I love Need to Breathe, and, you know, Black Crowes are some of my biggest influences.
And the cool thing about us here at Route 66 Cruisin Country is we play all that music. We play a little bit of Southern rock, a little bit of country, and kind of a great mix of music. And now we're going to be playing some of your stuff, so we're going to add you to that mix and get your music out there to our listeners. So keeping that in mind, let's go ahead and play that EP. Here's Rob Carona and Drive.
fire inside you, burning in your eyes, and all the dreams deep down in your pocket are larger than life. And there's a world outside you, a red flashing light, telling you you can, you won't ever find the finish line. While everyone talks, telling you to stop spinning your wheels, just keep on moving, no ground worth the losing by standing still. You gotta try, make this thing fly. Put the pedal to the metal and rubber to the road, and find out just what you're made of. You gotta ride out into the night, even if you gotta do it with one headlight. Don't you ever look back, just get up in the car and drive. Whoa, drive, yeah. So the road's a little longer than you thought it'd be. When is this endless desert gonna reach the sea? Just on the other side of this mountain high, it gets clearer. You won't ever win just by staring in the rear view mirror. You gotta drive, make this thing fly. Put the pedal to the metal and rubber to the road, and find out just what you're made of. Gotta ride out into the night, even if you gotta do it with one headlight. Don't you ever look back, just get up in the car and drive. Whoa, drive, yeah, drive. Whoa, drive, yeah. So what are you living for? And so what are you waiting for? You gotta drive, make this thing fly, and put the pedal to the metal and rubber to the road, and find out just what you're made of. You gotta ride out into the night, even if you gotta do it with one headlight. Don't you ever look back, just get up in the car and drive. Oh, it's what you gotta do now. It's all you gotta do. Don't you ever look back, don't you ever look back now. Oh, get up and drive.
That is a great song. That's Rob Carona and Drive here on Route 66 Cruisin Country. Man, awesome song, Rob.
Well, I certainly appreciate that. And I don't know, I just want to make sure everyone knows that everything I'm doing is, I have a heart for our military and for our veterans that just go through hell and do what they do and sacrifice their lives for this country. And everything that, all the proceeds from my sale of my EP and my merchandise, a part of that goes to Heart Songs for Veterans and Team Overwatch. And this supports families and veterans and active duty military that have been injured, lost a limb, and they're trying to readjust into civilian life. And we want to make that easy for them. So that's what my stuff is all about as well.
Well, I have to give a shout out to Jill Pavel from Project Lips. She introduced us to your music and to you, and I think you teaming up with them in Heart Songs for Veterans is going to be a great, great combination. working with the veterans. You know, we're all about that here at Route 66 Cruisin Country. We support our military 100-fold. You know, we're always there for them, and we do a lot of activities and events for our military. So we're very glad to have you on board as well with that.
Great, yeah, it's just an honor, you know, to be able to do something for them.
Now, if anybody wants to follow your music or follow your path, do you have a Facebook page, Twitter? How can they follow Rob Carona?
Yeah, we got it all. And the one thing you want to make sure you get right is Carona. Everyone spells it like the beer. It's actually Carona, and it's just been a lifelong struggle to get people to do that. But it's Rob Carona, and Twitter, Rob Carona, Instagram, Rob Carona. Facebook is actually Rob Carona Music, and YouTube, Rob Carona Music. So a couple things. Monday is the premiere of the music video for Drive. This thing was so fun to create, and it has an inspiring message, and we got some military in there. You're going to have some tears, and so that's going to be premiering on YouTube on Monday, so you can check that out. Would love for you to hear that or see that. And the EP is available for pre-order on iTunes. So when you pre-order the EP, you get the song Drive automatically. So it's all there for you. Find me on Facebook. Find me on Twitter. Go check out my website at robcarona.com. We got a lot of cool stuff going on.
That's awesome, and we're looking forward, like I said, to playing a lot of your music here on Route 66 Cruisin Country, and hearing you develop your talents even further in the music field. So we're really excited about having you a part of our family here at Route 66 Cruisin Country, and also Project Lips. So welcome aboard, man.
Oh, well, thanks so much. I'm happy to be a part.
And once again, I want to give a shout out to Jill Pavel of Project Lips for introducing us. And are we going to hear you on an upcoming show of Jill's?
Yeah, the Drive is getting radio play all over the place, and you're part of that. You're a big part of that because I love Jill. Jill, when I met her through a Team Overwatch who had worked with her in the past, and she just immediately came to my aid and championed my music, and she's just an amazing person. So I'm working hand in hand with her closely every day, and I'll actually be on Project Lips, I think next week. I have to verify that, but yeah, we talk every day, and we're going to be doing big things together.
And Rob, I want to thank you for your time to hang out with us today. I know you really have to be a very, very busy man.
I have a 2-year-old and a 7-month-old, and I've got so much crap on my plate right now. I'm just,
wow.
Every minute is so valuable.
Yeah, you try to balance that all with your career and all. That's really difficult at times.
Yeah, working a job, and then I pastor at a church.
Well, that's really cool. I mean, you keep religion and your family and your music too?
I do. I help run the worship community at our church, so I do all the training and pastoring for our musicians at our church, and so that's a really important outlet for me. And for me, before I even came to Christ, I was touring and doing all that stuff, and did it the rough way. I didn't know who the hell I was or what I was doing, and so now that I've got a bigger purpose for that, it just helps so much. And I actually teach Christian artists how that want to actually play it, because what you run into is a lot of kids that grew up in church. They want to be an artist in the marketplace, but they're busy preaching and they're busy just doing these Christian songs. And I'm like, if you want to reach people, you got to do it a different way, and you got to be yourself, but you got to sing different types of songs, and you got to be in a bar at night. You got to be still okay with yourself.
Right.
So I teach them how to function in that place. So actually I run a whole organization called Songsmith. I teach professional songwriting and artist development with workshops and online resources and books and stuff.
That is awesome, man. And plus struggling to raise a family. I mean, that keeps you busy.
I'm very busy, yes.
Now, is your
but
wife...
wouldn't have it any other way.
Now, is your wife and your children, are they very supportive of your music career?
Yeah, extremely. My wife, we met at a concert that I was playing, and so she knows what I'm all about, and she's actually a musician as well, and she sings, and so she gets up with me on stage, and we do duets and things like that, and then my 2-year-old is already playing guitar and singing, and
that is awesome. So once again, Rob Carona, everybody, check out his Video is going to be on YouTube this Monday. Coming up, that would be October 12th. I'll get my dates right sooner or later here. But check it out, October 12th on YouTube, the video for Rob Carona's Drive. It's going to be awesome. And check out his music right here on Route 66 Cruisin' Country. Well, Rob, it was an honor to have you on the show today. I'm very much looking forward to playing your music and staying in touch with you.
All right, and me as well. I appreciate everything you're doing there, and talk again soon.
And once again, thanks so much for hanging out with us today.
All right. Thanks, Mike.